Well, it was a long day today at Lexington. All done now. We were actually planning on driving back. I was going to give up the room and just drive back. We were going to get home at 12:30. I got thinking, and I said to Amy, now Amy's parents are over right now, right? So everybody's shuffled around the house, and I could hear Amy making plans to have the Ollie stay in Ava's room or Addie's room and everybody around. I said, why don't we just get up at 6:30? Because we're virtually up at that anyway. Why don't we just get up at 6:30, drive back? I'll be at the house at 11. I got to leave by 11:30 to get to the Meadows. I'm going to race. Time is on my side in the last two, then drive back to Northfield Park. I'm going to be in 3 states tomorrow, leaving 1 state to race in 2 others. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Not a big deal at all. I wanted to talk about what we did and we didn't do. As it turned out, today went actually exactly how I assumed and hoped it would. Got a lot of people messaging me asking about the last horse we bought. Is this really a stable horse? Is Stuntman one of our horses, or is this like somebody else? Why is this thing doing this? I hate when it does this. Or is it? Or did you just buy it for somebody? I said no. That was our horse. I told you guys we were buying bucket horses today, and Stuntman was a bucket horse. And somebody else had said, $12,000 for a dual eligible, but not really dual eligible, New Jersey and Maryland. Tactical landing colt, March 27th. I liked his video. I liked how he moved. And they said, well, 2 for $5 on the front end. Yep. Yeah, and I don't really care about the other 5. I cared about this one. This one moved nice, looked nice, had a good family behind him, lots of pedigree on the bottom of the family, tons of pedigree on the bottom. More than enough in the second dam. You have Dream Nation in there, $491,000 by Archangel. Very nice horse. His sister, Late Shift, is the mother of Stuntman. He moved nice. When I looked up his pedigree and I looked up the horse's brothers and sisters, I said, I even looked at a couple of races of a couple of brothers and sisters. They weren't great looking animals, I don't think. This is. It's a big, good looking colt. That was the last horse we bought in Lexington this year. Now, I was a little miffed because later on in the sale, there was a Perfect Sting that I wanted to buy. I was the underbidder on the horse. I went for $20,000. I said, if you didn't buy the Stuntman, could you have got that filly? And then I looked and saw who bought it, and I was like, oh, no, I couldn't have. So, I was happy. I was happy with the way things had turned out. Now, I did get a chance to put the buckets together. I'm in the last stages of writing down all the emails and messages I got from people and putting people where they're supposed to be. And I was happy with the way things looked out. So I'll share them with you. The top pacer, obviously, is Who Let the Dogs Out. This is the Bulldog Hanover filly from Sargent Stables. She is virtually subscribed. I see there's numbers left here, but I know there's a ton of emails left. And I can almost guarantee you that on this list is in that email, in those emails or on those text messages, there's more than enough shares spoken for who. Actually, leave that on, if you don't mind. For Who Let the Dogs Out. The flyer buckets, I get them both made. They have 2 horses in them each. So for those of you worrying we put too many horses in there, they weren't going to be good enough, I think it's a compliment. Both of these horses, both of these buckets work very, very well. The first one is Super Way. This is the colt that I love. This is the Walner colt. It was funny because on the way over here, Amy was looking at results from 2022 and notes that she had made, and on those notes was the comment about Skydiver. Now that's back first crop green shoe when everybody wanted them, and the green shoe colt Skydiver, the brother to this horse, sold for $550,000. And in the first bucket was Super Way, is that colt, is the colt that I just talked about, Stuntman. So you have a Walner and a Tactical Landing in flyer bucket number 1. Flyer bucket number 2 is going to be Deadline. That is the colt, the brother to Be Perfect BG that we purchased. And the Be Perfect BG is the colt brother to, obviously Be Perfect BG. The colt's name is Deadline. He is the brother to Be Perfect BG, who beat Perfect Thought twice, went undefeated in New Jersey, and ended up taking a mark of 150-1 as a 2-year-old. And in that bucket with him is Making Green. Now, this horse is near and dear to my heart. I told you guys, I never forget horses I like, ever. And although, obviously, the draw of the green Manalishi colt, Making Green, the draw would be that he's a brother to What the Hill, right? He's also a brother to a horse that I like very much and Ready for Landing. As of cataloging, he is 94,000 made and a mark of 154 and 2, 10 wins. Now, paling in comparison to What the Hill, who made 1.2 million and took a mark of 51 and 4, and had it not have been for an inquiry in the Hambletonian, he would have in excess of probably $2 million made right now. So the second dam, Majestic Sun. There's lots of pedigree here. What foal is this? From the dam of 7. It's the 11th foal. 10 foals, 7 winners. So Making Green. It was funny because right before that, it was a King of the North out of a foal out of this mare, the younger version of this mare. That one went for 25 or 26, I think. This one, the Green Manalishi, went for $16,000. I liked him quite a bit, and he's going to be paired with Deadline in Flyer Bucket number 2. Also, we have the Filly Bucket, which I had said is completely sold out. I believe it is, but there was somebody that wanted to trade shares of Juju Me, who I really like. I'm always going to lean towards the international monies. They've never hurt me in any way, shape, or form, and these are the ones I'm always going to lean towards. Frolic is going to kick off the Filly Bucket. Juju Me and Prada or Nada are going to make up the Filly Bucket, and all three of those horses. Is that Arcat?
No.
Oh, all three. Oh yeah, all three of those horses are in the Filly Bucket. Then the main bucket, which I did end up filling up, and I think I did a pretty good job. We have She's Got Class, the $85,000 sister to Brickhouse Babe by Captain Corey. We put in there, and Pilot Caviar. The Filly Bucket is amazing. All 5 of these fillies are great. Of course, we're going to talk them up. We just bought them. It's a long time before we're going to have any harsh words for any of these fillies, I'm sure. But She's Got Class and Pilot Caviar look very, very good. Really happy with both of them. And then the high-end trotter is going to be Highland Fire and Ice. This is the King of the North. The King of the North trotting filly that I just think plays such an important role for a number of reasons in our barn right now. Most notably that we're trying our best to put some true, deep quality and heavy pedigrees into Ontario. We bought the Bulldog Hanover filly that I liked. We bought the King of the North trotting filly, and although we didn't pay a lot of money for the Green Manalishi, we did get a Green Manalishi colt for Ontario also. And then we do have a standalone in Exkey. Exkey is going to be a standalone trotting filly. This is an incredibly good-looking filly. She is a Muscle Hill out of, or a sister to Montserrat. So there's been two horses from this mare. The first one was Montserrat, who made $600,000 and trotted in 150 and 2. And the second one is the Muscle Hill filly in Exkey. She's dual eligible, New Jersey and Kentucky. So that's what took place today. We had some horses racing tonight also. We had to scratch Zena Kemp. She had a lot of mucus coming out of her nose today, I was told. They jogged her lightly this morning. The vet scoped her and said, I just don't think that this horse, I don't think you should race this horse, let alone ship this horse 3 hours. It was a no-brainer. We weren't going to. So that left us with 5 starters today. Arrowhead Hanover had the outside. Finished 6th, beat a gazillion lengths and still trotted in 53 and 4. That horse that won that race is going to make a mess of the trotting classes at the Meadows right now. 51 and 1 on cruise. Very, very nice horse. And unfortunately, he's coming for the Open, and I don't like that at all. So Arrowhead Hanover, and then to add insult to injury, we said, well, we know we're going to have to take him and race him from behind. Why don't we just put him back in Tuesday and hope we draw a decent... First, hope we get in. Secondly, hopefully we draw a decent crew. And instead, what happened? Drew the 9-hole again. 2 9-holes in a row. That's pretty disappointing. Looks like money. Tyler was driving. He called me about the tour. Said, Tyler, you already drove Arrowhead Hanover. Got you at the 9-hole. You're going to have to duck him. You're going to have to race him for a check. Just see what you can do. And with Looks Like Money, they're not going to do you any favors over there. If you leave out, you're parked. So I would duck them and just see if you can get a good run at them in the last 3/8. Hopefully the pace is hot. Instead, the pace was very cold. Tyler got away 6th, and they walked the front end, went a mile and 54. He finished 6th or 7th, and that's exactly. If you'd asked me at the half, all right, what do you think? Just turn the channel. I don't want to watch something else. It's not going to end well. and that's exactly what happened. But there's not much you can do in that situation. There's not much you can do. It looks like money. We did everything we could. JK Victory was a winner in 150-4. Ronnie knows this horse better than me or anybody else, and I knew coming off the car he was going to let him rock. I love the grit of this horse. He was collared coming out of the turn. He was a solid second coming out of the turn, fought back on and won the race. A great win from him. And I told, I didn't tell Tim, but I told Greg, who was sitting with me, I said, yeah, they can just go ahead and put Ronnie on that horse every week that he wants to drive him. He knows him well. He gets along really well with him. And a winner today. Gorgeous package. Raced well. 51 and a piece. She finished third, picked off for second. And as Greg had said, well, geez, I thought she'd be second. I said, well, she was second. Almost. She was second for half the stretch and then got picked off by a screamer from behind, but raced good and ended up finishing third. And then Delicious Stone DK, it happened. I told you guys it was going to happen eventually. They claimed him, and he finished second tonight. They ended up going in 55-1 in that class. He was second, a little choppy going under the wire. I think his old paws are starting to hurt him a little bit. But he was claimed tonight, and good luck to the new owners of Delicious Stone DK. What a resurgence. Want to talk about a turnaround horse of the year. Delicious Stone DK has been tremendous. As I said, I'm going to bed tonight. I'm going to finish up all the buckets and everything that I have to put in place. I'm going to head to bed. I'm going to get up. Amy and I are going to get up at 6:30, hit Starbucks on the way out. Straight back to Northfield, to Brunswick. I'm going to let Amy out. I'm going to drive to the Meadows, where I'm going to race Time Is On My Side. Neptune, Spitfire Overseas. Who's driving 3-point? Aaron. Oh, good. Then I'm going to get back in the car, and I'm going to drive back to Northfield. I can't be there for race number 2 for Gaslight Hall, who's 5-1. He shouldn't be 5-1. Tyler Angus is going to drive him tomorrow evening. Greatest Ending and Agent Black are also racing tomorrow. I will tell you this right now. Greatest Ending won't make a break tomorrow and will be in a very, very good place to do well. Chicago Hell, same thing, will be in a very good place to do well. Jailbird Jog, 7-2, drew the 9-hole in the International Stallion Stakes. She's 7-2 from Post 9, racing on Saturday. I'll be busy getting ready to race Foxy Seaside. Foxy Seaside's got a good shot, I think. 7-2. There'll be no road trouble for Foxy Seaside this week, I can tell you that. Judy's money's in a little tougher. This is the one time where I thought 3-1 might be a little bullish. There's some really good fillies in this class. Although I think she'll race good. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but that will be her last start of the year. Saturday. That will be her last start of the year. And Rock Shining Star, Colton Noble, young kid's going to get a chance to drive a horse for us. He's never driven a horse for us before. I know there's a lot of the drivers are in Northfield and away at Kentucky or whatnot for Saturday. So race 8 at Dayton, we ended up with young Colton Noble. So good luck to Colton with our horse Rock Shining Star. We drew the 3-hole with him on Saturday. I'm sure he'll do just fine. So with that, I'm going to let you go. We'll talk more about the horses tomorrow when I have a firmer grip on where all the shares sit with regards to the horses we bought. I can tell you right now, the filly, as I said, the Trotting Fillies bucket is sold out. The top pacer is sold out. I believe the top trotter is mostly sold out, but there may be 10 or 12 shares left, I'm not sure. But for now, I'm going to let you go. Amy and I are going to go watch the rest of the evening's festivities. The baseball game, sad to see the Cleveland Guardians lose today. So I guess if we're going to go watch the Blue Jays in the American League Finals, hopefully, you'll have to go to Detroit. It costs too much money to go to them in the Rogers Center. So, go. I don't want to cheer for New York or Boston. Go Boston? I don't know. I didn't say that. For Yankees fans, good luck. Take care, everybody.